Hello, this is the first in the series of videos I'm making about my personal solar system, or PSS. I wanted a solar system that would serve two purposes. The first, I want something to use at home to run appliances and reduce electrical load, and to use use as an emergency backup if the power goes out. Second, I want to be able to use it with a dual battery setup I'm building for my vehicle, so it would serve those two purposes. After much research, this is what I came up with. First, got the solar panel here, made by Renogy, I think is how you pronounce it. It's a 100-watt solar panel. It's made in the USA, came highly rated. It's got two MC4 connectors on it. Those are marine grade, made to be waterproof. Second thing, to connect the solar panel to the charger, I bought this 50-foot 10-gauge solar cable, and it comes with male and female MC4 connectors, and it's also made in the USA. It's made for specific solar purposes. Basically, buy one cable with a male and female end, cut it in half, and this way you can plug the male end and the female end with the connectors provided with solar power, and the other ends you just cut off and splice. You can see they're extra thick insulation on these. That's for outdoor use. And this was about $21 for this cable, made specifically for solar purposes. And take this and you run it into your charge controller, which is this thing. This is made by Morningstar Sunsaver. It's about 56 bucks, made in Taiwan. It's got plus and negative from your solar power goes in here, and then positive and negative comes out here into your battery. And you can also run DC load. This is all direct current that comes out of the solar panel. The charge controller just keeps your battery safe. It turns it off if your battery's full and there's still power coming in. You can flood a battery and ruin it. And then from this, I had cut off two cables off of this original 50-foot, about 2 feet long. You will need some special tools to clamp on these two little terminals. These are for 10 gauge. They're made to go around the battery terminals on this end and plug into the solar charger on this end. That's all. You need special clamping tools to do this. My electrician Rob take care of the clamping of all these things. Next is the battery, which is really fucking heavy. This thing, I went with the Exide Road Force AGM battery, which AGM means it's absorbed gas mat. Basically it means it's safe to use indoors or inside your vehicle. This was about $230. It's made in the USA with some imported components. This thing seems to be pretty powerful. Seems like I can run a lot of stuff off of it. So I would have these cables running from the charger, and they would go positive and negative on here. And the battery, yeah, $230, made in the US. And then from the battery, which is still direct current, I bought a set of two 10-foot 4-gauge cables as a kit. It comes with a grounding cable for the dual battery hookup. $23 for these two cables, and I needed a special tool to connect the terminals on to be able to connect it to the battery. It came with hooked up terminals to screw right into the back of the inverter. And last but not least is the inverter. I went with Xantrex Pro Watt 1000 watt true sine wave inverter. It's designed in Canada and assembled in China. This is about 260 bucks, and this is what takes the direct current and converts it into AC. And true sine wave is basically the same power that comes out of your sockets in your house. You can definitely go a lot cheaper than all the stuff I bought here. You can get like the whole setup from Harbor Freight for much less, but I decided to go with the true sine wave inverter, 1000 watt, the AGM battery, which is extra expensive. You can just use a regular deep cycle marine battery is your best choice. Went with the good cables that are extra thick, weather related. Solar charger you can get much cheaper. 56 bucks is pretty expensive, but since I'm running the AGM battery, I wanted to basically such an expensive battery, I don't want it to mess up, so I went with a good charge controller, and I want it to be scalable in case I want to add more panels or more batteries to the system. This solar panel, you can get them cheaper. This one's really well made. It's all weatherproof, looks well made. So this is the setup. I'm gonna test it out now. I'm making a series of videos. This is the first. Next thing I'm gonna install this, install all the stuff, and start seeing what kind of loads I can run off of it.